I know Mac has a question of the day that's presented by our friends at Brackish Life.
I do. I have like a main question of the day, and then I'll ask like just a little quick bonus thing afterwards. But the first one, let's get right into it. I kind of crafted this question based on something else that was sent to me from Sarah Baker, friend of the pod, Stephen Baker's older sister. The other day, she said, this sounded like a question you would ask. And I liked that question, but I don't want to steal it directly. So instead, I thought of this. What type of what store, what popular like chain store, could be any kind of store, would make the best place for like your office to move into, like temporarily, let's say, so let's say like we've all worked a 9 to 5 office job before, right? We've all had that
Yes.
experience.
Yes.
You're picturing your classic office, there's cubicles, desks, whatever. If your whole office, everyone there had to move out for, let's say, like a month while they like renovated it, and they're like, I know this is crazy and it's not ideal, but we're going to be moving into blank for a month. Like, what would it be? Like, would it be like a Mattress Warehouse? Would it be like a GameStop? Would it be like a Target? Or like, what are we thinking?
Before we answer this, if you don't watch on YouTube, I promise you Nick's facial expressions every time we dial this up is worth the price of admission for our YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to that and go check it out if you haven't already. Because if you hear me laughing before the question's over, I'm staring at Nick.
This is a good one. This is a good one.
I
do
like
like
it. I
this.
like it a lot.
I feel like the easy cop-out answer that I'm not going to say is Office Depot.
I was going to say
No,
Office.
okay, that's so lame though.
I'm not going to
one
be
of you guys
that
would be like
guy.
Staples
Yeah.
or some
Yeah.
shit. Come on.
No,
I'm not
Let's get
going to be
creative
that
here.
guy. I'm not going Kinko's. Don't worry. This is tough. Like, am I talking about like and being able to get the most work done, or
Not necessarily.
because then I'm gonna say like big screen store or Best Buy, because then I'm just gonna check out and like go sit in one of those big recliners in like the TV section all day.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
This is a good question. I originally thought like I guess it depends on where you work too, maybe a little bit, or what you do.
Sure.
At first I was thinking IKEA would maybe be
Okay.
an interesting one. I mean, if you work for a business that's shipping a lot of stuff, like logistically you need that. And I also think it could get kind of like toxic with the amount of navigating you'd have to do. And I would just love to see people be like, where did he sit in? And it's like,
It would be funny to not know where people are, and you got to get on like Slack, and you're like, where can I find you right now? Or like, we're having a meeting in the lamp section,
and all the rooms are like in Swedish names, so no one knows like where everything is.
Drop your
going
pin
around each corner, you're like,
put it in maps, drop your pin.
I feel like, can I change mine from Best Buy? I feel like I'm gonna bump it to Walmart.
Okay, that's a good one. That's
because like,
there's a lot to work with there.
Can you be unhappy in a Walmart? I don't think the answer is yes. Because they've got pretty much everything.
Right. Costco, I'd throw that in there.
Costco's a good one too. See, I would get a little sick of the number of people that were in there.
Oh my god, yeah. Keep in mind, you don't have it rented out. The customers are there. They are moving about, and you're just kind of like, thank you, sorry, sorry. You're just kind of somewhere in there.
Mac, what do you have for this?
So my instinct was like a department store, for the same reason we were talking about like a IKEA or something, just because it's big. There's a lot of places you can go. Like maybe for an hour, I'm going to go sit on one of like the beds at like a Macy's or something like that, and then like for a little bit, maybe I'll go and like post up in the like gaming section and like work on one of the laptops there or something like that. There's a lot of like diversity. I like that in an office space where you're not just at your desk all day. It'd be nice to kind of have a campus, if you will, to move about. But then I got a brain blast. Grocery store.
Yeah, that popped up into my head when I was
like,
thinking Walmart. I was also thinking like Target, because they've got like a huge grocery store section.
The problem with the grocery store is there's really not going to be anywhere for you to sit.
And there's a ton of people all the time.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to be hungry for like 12 hours a day.
What about like a cell phone store? What about like an AT&T store or something?
Oh, I'd kill myself.
Yeah, I actually,
because anytime I'm in there, I already want to do that.
I mean, that's
just
true.
Like just by association, I was just setting foot on the premise.
there's not going to be a whole lot of foot traffic. You know, there's going to be like a customer an hour, like all day long, or like two an
But
hour or something like
you have to
that.
listen to that interaction between that customer and the cell phone.
And he's
like,
got the
what do you
spiel
call
down,
them?
and he's saying the
Technician,
whole thing.
doctor, cell phone doctor.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll
Doctor.
I'll give you one that I think would be the worst place to do it.
Okay.
Not that that's the question. The Apple Store.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Yeah,
Terrible.
excuse me.
Yeah, dude.
I have a PC. How does this work?
Fucking awful. Every
so
time you walk
bad.
by one of those, it's a zoo.
Yes.
Does
Awful.
Dave and Buster's doesn't count as a store, right? Because that would just be the best.
I mean, I
that's
don't
not a
think so.
store.
That's just a place. That's like
not a
that'd be like if you were
store.
like, oh, the movies, obviously.
Yeah, true.
That's like more of an activity.
PetSmart would be chaos. You could just let all the animals out.
Hit me up with
shit.
that, actually. Hit me
Yeah.
up. I would take that. They got all the cats in like the cases, so on my lunch break, I could go over there and just like,
Where's Johnson?
play with
He's like,
them.
oh, he's in the morning sales meeting over in the reptile section.
Yeah.
Like,
yo, that would be so good. Where's Johnson?
Johnson.
Oh, not Johnson.
I
All
guess
right.
I'll lock in IKEA to get I don't know. That's kind of lame, but
no, that's a good answer. I really like it, actually.
it's a good so I have to ask, what was the original question that you didn't want to
So
steal?
the original question was actually it was a good one, but it was too similar to one we've already done. It was, what letter of the alphabet would make the best apartment layout? Like, you know, and he actually ended up, I think, saying E, because you got like 3 rooms, then you've got like a long space. There was a lot of good answers. A is actually kind of cool, not like an A-frame house, but like the letter is flat, like, you know,
Right.
that's like your but I started thinking about that, and then I was like, well, I got to change it some. What if I did like office layout or something? And then I was like, wait, even better.
Brain blast, yeah.
What if you moved your office to a popular store?
there we
I
go.
like that. I like that. That's always a creative question that makes me think. I like
All right,
that.
and bonus question here, because this was one that Harry had earlier. Let me just get from the hip real quick. Not going to spend a ton of time here. One current or former NHL player that for 420 you would like to share a smoke with.
Well, there's an easy answer. We shared a reel of this guy earlier today on our social.
Oh,
The spaceman himself. Like, how can you not pick Ilya Brizgalov?
that is a good one.
It's a very good answer. Mac, do you have one?
I was thinking Caps, but I thought Oshie would be a pretty fun one, honestly, because I know he parties. You know, I know he's down to have fun. Although I also thought, if we're talking Caps, Kuznetsov could be a good one.
That would be a trip.
We know he's a goofy guy already, and that could be a good one.
I feel like who's one that would be a good first that came to mind, honestly, I think Joe Thornton would be a good one. And we just talked about it a little bit with Kellen. That would be an interesting one. I feel like he's a interesting cat.
I was thinking about this today when who posted it? Was it someone posted it on Twitter or Instagram or something?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, I don't know why I started thinking about like old school guys, and I was like, wouldn't Gretzky just be like the coolest person to sit down like with over that, and then he just tells you 1,000 stories about the 80s?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be something.
Brett Hall would probably be a really good one.
Oh man, that would be a fun one.
Sean Avery was a popular one.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I could handle that.
Yeah, I'm not so sure either.
I don't think so. I'll pass on that one.